everyone to another episode of Crystal Clear. Last time that we were together, we went from New Cineabar Island to work us through the Cineabar Tunnel and made it to the Pokémon Mansion, which seems to be now underground. So, in this episode, we are going to explore the Pokémon Mansion and to see what we can find. That was kind of our goal in the previous episode, was to make it to the mansion and see what this place is all about. Of course, in the original Crystal version, there was no, or I guess you couldn't go to Cineabar Island, the original, because a volcano had destroyed it. So, this is all new, and I'm excited to see what it holds. For anyone who is watching this video for the first, or I guess this series for the first time, welcome. In this ASMR playthrough series, we just relax and play through Pokémon Crystal Clear version, which is a version of the game in which all of the aspects of the game that make it linear have been removed, so you can progress in any direction, and the gym leaders and trainers scale. What we have found, however, is that the environment, or I guess the wild areas, do not scale, so that is why we have Pokemon like Coughing here at level 11. But I guess that's how it would be in a real Pokemon world. You would have Pokemon that, or I guess areas where stronger Pokemon live, or areas in which weaker Pokemon live, so I don't really mind it. It's kind of a pain. Oh man, I did not want to get poisoned there. It's kind of a pain when we run into a patch of grass and randomly encounter level 30 Pokemon, but I guess that's part of the fun. So, I really need to heal my Crabble from its poison, but of course I don't have an antidote, so I'm going to have to just deal with it, unfortunately. Okay. Can we... I guess I don't have Rock Smash. Maybe I can find an antidote just randomly. There's our friend Grimer, but we already have a Muck. So, just to recap kind of how our previous episodes have went, we currently have 3 badges, and we have sauntered on over to the Kanto region to explore over here, and we went to, the first place we went to was the new Cineabar Island in order to battle and defeat Blaine, which we did to earn our 3rd badge. So, after that we had to kind of make a decision on which direction we wanted to go. And, oh, I like Slugma. But we decided that we were going to go west and try to find the Cineabar Tunnel, which we heard about. So, that is where we currently are. We surfed west of New Cineabar, and we found the encounter rate here is insane. Look at that Vulpix, that's pretty cool. But we surfed west, found the Cineabar Tunnel, went through it, and it led us to the Pokémon Mansion. So I'm not sure if we go through the mansion, if, it's going to lead us maybe to the old Cineabar Island or something like that, but what I would like to have happen west and then head north to Pallet Town. That's kind of how I would like to progress. At the moment, I would like to go up through Pallet Town. Kind of the original Kanto route, per se. But we'll see. I'm not sure kind of how these routes work. And we might have to go back outside the entrance where we came in to the Pokemon Mansion, and there might be an exit that, leads us to an area where we have to surf further west. I'm not sure. But we will see. Okay, I'm going to use this full restore. I know I already had one, but now that I have two, I'm going to go ahead and just use one now that my grapple has taken some more damage. Alright, so it looks like a dead end this way. So we are going to head back. Wow, I was going to say I can't believe I haven't encountered any wild Pokemon running that far. They have been very packed in here. But lucky for us, we do have Grapple, who is devastating its foes and making this trek through this abandoned mansion very easy for us at the moment. But we are running low on surf, so we'll see. I was gonna say maybe it would let me heal. Alright. There's a secret button. Press it. Yes. Alright, so that should have opened some of the gates. Let's go up there to the left and see if there's any items. Growlithe. A fan favorite Pokemon for sure. I did pick that PvP up, so I need to use that on one of my Pokemon once I find a move. Or I guess I need to look into my moves and see which move would need it the most. Nothing there. Okay. I guess we are going to go back to the right. Ooh, Ditto. That's very cool. There are a lot of cool Pokemon in here. I'll say that. I always liked the Pokemon Mansion. I felt like it was kind of a mysterious place in the original games. And I always liked those places where there were, some, unique Pokemon. Like Coughing and Grimer and things like that. You didn't see those Pokemon, a lot of other, wild areas. So I always liked being able to encounter them in places like this, and the burned tower is similar. I'm glad. I'm going to cross my fingers on that, but I'm glad that those Coughing are not using self-destruct. That would be rough. Or I guess explosion, whichever. Alright, still no secret items. TM22, wonder what that is. Let's see. I do have a few repels. I should use one of those. Fire Blast Swagger, Solar Beam, and Dynamic Punch. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and pop one of these repel for this area. Let's use that. I'm sure. I wonder if this gate over here opened. It did. Or I guess this one. How do I get? Okay, perfect. There we go. Protein. I need to start using some of those. Okay, so let's see what the basement level holds. Use another. No, not while we are down in another level. We might encounter some new Pokemon. Found Max Revive. That's nice for this area. since we are very far from a Pokemon Center. Let's see. Well, no, still coughing. Okay, let's see what I mean. Level 31 coughing. Wonder if we can run. Alright. Jeez. What a change. Just one staircase can make. Okay. I'm going to try to use a repel. But I don't know if I can even repel Pokemon that high of level. We'll see. No. What a waste. Okay. It's kind of interesting that we are encountering Pokemon this high level because that's honestly like a pretty good capture. Just a level 32 Growlithe. That would actually be pretty nice, but it's not the time. Yes, please make me run. Perfect. That is excellent. Alright. This is going to be a grind because we are going to encounter like every 4 steps, and it's going to make exploration a bit of a headache. At least we are still able to run. That's nice. Okay. I shouldn't have even attempted to go explore, but I can't help myself, like I'm sure a lot of you are. I just have to explore every inch of these places as much as, I can. There's times where I kind of cut bait and decide that, what, not worth it. But like I've mentioned multiple times, these ROM hacks, there's always so many like secrets and little extras packed in to these, places that you've either been in the old games or in brand new places like this that makes it really tempting to explore. I can't believe I haven't found any secret items yet. That's honestly surprising. No, we're not going to use another one right now. No switch there. Let's go left. Let's see what we encounter. I feel like we're going to find something very cool down here. Just because, whoops. It's, an extra place in the game that wasn't originally here. I feel like there's gotta be something cool. But I could be wrong. Usually, in this game, when you are exploring some place like this, there's some really, useful or unique item that you can find. Or Pokemon. Maybe there's like a legendary down here. I don't know. Wow, look at that. Cyndaquil. That's cool. Level 5. I love how if it gives you one of the original starters, it's still level 5. They're like, here we go. Here's a really rare Pokemon, but unfortunately, since it's rare, we're going to make you use it at level 5. But the Vulpix, definitely 32. I'm so glad that I'm at least able to run. It would be awful if I couldn't flee at all. Okay, so is there a secret item in that little nook there? Let's see. The only reason that I'm running from these, of course I could get a lot of good experience, but the problem is I'm so far away from a Pokemon Center that, defeating these Pokemon is going to be I'm going to take a lot of damage, so I don't know if it's worth really grinding down here at the moment, because I just don't think I'm going to be able to get that many levels before basement level, we will be doing very well. Because this is kind of brutal. The Pokemon here are so high level and so rapidly appearing. The encounter rate down here is just wild. And we still haven't went upstairs. There was that staircase at the very beginning. Oh, come on, you're supposed to use Roar. But, see what I mean? That was not a very effective Pokemon move, and we have been destroyed. And of course I can't escape. Okay, so we are going to have to maybe use Mini. I do not want to faint down here at all. Let's try to run. Oh man. I'm really hoping it just uses Roar. Yes, okay, there we go. Alright, let's continue. We already went there. Alright. Okay, so let's see if that gate opened up anything over here. And then we are going to try to make our way back upstairs. I'm getting a bit lost on where we've been. Okay. Sorry about that. For some reason, I saw that other room over to the left and was thinking that I could somehow get over there. But I forgot that the rocks were blocking the path. So let's try to get over here. Wow, okay. We made a run for it, and it worked. Okay, time for our repel. Let's use that. Perfect. Okay. Let's get out of here. Or I guess not out, but let's go upstairs. There's gotta be something else here that we're missing. There's gotta be. Okay. So here's the upstairs. Alright, here's a button. Secret button. Press it. Yes. Sounds like door opened. Perfect. Well, hey, look, a moonstone. We don't necessarily need it, but alright, at least there is another staircase. I was getting worried that there wasn't going to be anything wild here. HP up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use a few of these items. Let's see. Okay, Carbos raises the speed. Let's give that to Birdo. Let's go. What else? We had protein the attack, so let's give that to Crabble. Extra HP up. We're gonna give that to Mini. And then a selected move. Okay, didn't. Actually, I'm gonna wait on that because I need to look through my moves first. Okay, let's go over here. Nothing. Oh yes, I forgot that our repel wore off. Please don't be level. Okay, so it looks like the basement is like the highest level area, and this is more like our level. So we should actually train here a bit. Do I have a revive? Max revive? Yes, perfect. Alright, I'm gonna go with Crabble. So we have 21, 31, 21, 21. Wow, that's just beautifully done. Alright, let's go up here. I will say that the music in this place is just not my favorite soundtrack from the original games. It's pretty off-putting. I like the... Wow, we found another Carbos. I like the beginning of the track where it kind of sounds Team Rocket-y, but where it gets to like the later part, it's just, whoops, I gave that to Grapple instead. It's just kind of off-putting. But, to each their own. Alright, I really don't want to battle these poison types because they're just annoying and I don't want to be poisoned. But I will fight all of the fire types because they are easier. But actually, I think I only have 3 hits left on Surf, so I won't be using it for long. But at least it's super effective for now. Not a fan of that. I don't want to be confused right there. I just don't want anything that's going to make these battles take longer and potentially soak up more damage like that. Not great. Please don't hit yourself. Alright, perfect. I just want to get some decent experience without risking my Pokemon so much. Alright. Let's go. How did I miss this? Alright, here's a Growlithe. Let's see if we can get a one-shot KO. Grapple, I guess, needed that Carbos, and of course I flinched. No way. Okay, we're going to switch over here to Birdo. Birdo needs some experience here. Let's go, Birdo. Please don't hit hard. Okay, I was hoping I didn't get burned. Psybeam, I just always feel powerful when we unleash a good Psybeam, and of course there's a roar. Birdo fled in fear. It sure did. Okay, so let's go potion. And let's pop another one. I'm kind of out-leveled the traditional potions. I'm going to have to go super potion. Let's see what that TM was. TM38. Wow, we just picked up a second Fire Blast. Look at that. That's kind of crazy. I forgot, can Grapple use Dynamic Punch? No, but Mini can. Let's go with Mini, that'll be nice. Dynamic Punch, Mini can learn more than 4 moves. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, yes. Let's go. Screech. Perfect, that might come in handy. Actually, that might come in handy for... Well, I'm not sure actually. It might come in handy for Jasmine with that Steelix, but I think... Didn't we... No, I think the Steel was like good against Ghost or something weird when we went over there, which I did not remember from the original. Alright, let's continue. There's a bed. Wait, we already went over here, didn't we? Yes. Okay, I'm definitely getting a bit lost. I'm just going to go up here while I'm here. All of these areas look exactly the same, so it's kind of disorienting because I can't tell where we've been. Alright, but let's go ahead and go up here in case it's like a short dead end. There's a secret button, yes. Alright, perfect. I was hoping it unlocked that one. Calcium, well, we're getting a lot of like EV items here. It's nice to get those early in the game because then you make the most out of your EV growth. Calcium special stats. Alright, we're going to go midnight because we want that special as high as possible. See, rare candy. We found 2 rare candies here. Wow, look at that. A Flareon. That's really cool. I'm going to try to defeat it. I feel like it will give me some legit experience if I can get a win right here. A critical hit, that's not good. Alright, let's try to run. Can't escape. Excellent. Alright, a terrible move. And there is a feint. So I am assuming, once again, that this level is going to be level 30s. Which is great. Let's try it out. That's going to help. Yeah, just like I thought. That move doesn't have great accuracy as it is, so it's going to make it even tougher. Let's get a... That move takes forever to finish. That's crazy. Okay, thankfully it failed because I don't want this to turn into a situation where I'm sitting here forever where I can't hit the opponent. Good old Minnie is taking these hits like a champ. Perfect. Alright, there it is. 848, that's awesome. Okay, so nothing here. This is going to be tough. Please don't be level 30. Okay, yeah, so this whole floor is going to be level 30s as well. Perfect. This is wild. Not great. I'm gonna try to run again. Perfect. Okay, let's see if we can get like midnight up here. And see if we can, I don't know, be a bit faster and escape a little bit better. I can't resist getting the Pokeball, so I've got to go for it. Moment of truth. Perfect. This is where, like, Roar would be awesome. Alright, let's see what that TM was. We've gotten a lot of TMs here. TM14 Blizzard. Look at that. That's awesome. Okay. Let's get out of here. Right when I was about to pick up the Pokeball, I literally pressed A and the encounter started. Anytime I see that it's not a level 30, it's a sigh of relief. I will say a third rare candy. Wow. I will say I am grateful that the levels do change by floor and it's not just entirely level 30s, because that would have been quite the bummer to make our way all the way here and then really not be able to explore very well. So we are at least able to explore a decent amount. Alright, so this floor is complete, it looks like. So we will go back downstairs and continue. Alright, Midnight is doing great, being able to get out of here. Alright, so we came up from downstairs, we hit the button, and then we went to the right, so that staircase right there that goes up is still new. Perfect. Still escaping, that's perfect. Alright. I would love to know the total amount of encounters that we have been through in here. It's been very dense. surface of it, it might not have any, like, one thing that's crazy, but that's okay. Escape rope. That's honestly ideal for this place. So I'm betting that we will have to go back outside to progress onto the other routes. I was thinking, since like we got in here from inside the cave, I thought maybe that this might be like a middle area where you progress through here and then there's like a tunnel that goes to the other side of the route or something like that, but I'm not sure. Okay, I think I already went down. So, and I've went up all of the staircases up on this floor. So I'm just going to make sure that I didn't have anything down here. Okay, I don't. Alright, so I'm going to go back downstairs. And I remember downstairs there was if I can find it, there was another gate that was locked. And since we've hit all of the secret buttons, maybe it's now unlocked. But we will see. I'm fairly certain that I did see another gate in that basement level, but hopefully I'm right. But at least we can just use the escape rope once we get done with it. Where is that staircase? There it is. Okay. Now we have to find. Okay, I think this was it. Maybe. I can't remember. I guess we'll know if the button is, or I guess, available to be pressed. Alright. Let's go ahead and run. At least midnight is. Okay, there is a button. Whoa. Magmar, that's very cool. Level 38. That's insane. You know, we don't have a fire type yet. Magmar would be very cool. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's let the Pokeballs decide. Alright, so we're going to use Mean Look. I don't think it actually will flee, so let's use Shadow Ball to start out with. This will be a very tough fight, but if we can get it, then it will be awesome. Okay, that was actually like a great first hit. Alright, so it used a smoke screen, so my accuracy will be negatively impacted, but I mean, our Shadow Ball is just absolutely carrying for us right now. This might just be Midnight's complete show, but that's the second accuracy impacting move, unfortunately. Alright. Please. Okay, perfect. I think we might be able to go for a capture here. Alright. Let's see if we can get this done. We do have an Ultra Ball. Let's just go for it. Ultra Ball right off the bat. No need to waste Magmar's time. Let's go. Oh, okay. That's going to be tough then. Alright, let's try out another Pokeball. It's going to have to be just the good old-fashioned Pokeballs. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. Got it. Magmar has been caught, everyone. Okay, wow. A level 38 Magmar added to the Pokedex. That's amazing. Look at that, the spit fire Pokemon. It moves more frequent in hot areas. It can heal itself by dipping its wounds into lava. Very cool. Alright, a nickname to Magmar. Yes, indeed. So let's go. We're gonna go Love Lord. I almost went full caps. Alright, we're gonna go Love Lord. What am I doing? I forgot the V. Love Lord. Not Lava Lord. Love Lord. We wouldn't want to be ridiculous now, would we? Alright, Love Lord. What an amazing capture. That kind of makes the entire thing worth it, doesn't it? Alright, so what happened with is already pressed. Okay, well, I don't know what else there was down here. That's the third time I've went to that little corner right there. I just keep forgetting where I've been. Well, I'm so happy that we got a Magmar down here that I'm tempted just to go ahead and leave, but I will go ahead and make sure that there wasn't any other areas where the gates opened. Because I got so distracted by that Magmar encounter that I really didn't see what that button said when I pressed it. Alright, so we're just going to go up and check the room here, and then I'm going to use the escape rope and get out of here. So let's go ahead and go up and make sure that there wasn't anything. I'm pretty sure we had already pressed that button up here. So we'll go to the left and make sure that there's nothing that we want or need. Oh no, I wasted steps. I really wish like that just had like a Mewtwo in there or something. That would be so cool. Alright. I just know that we're missing something down here and there's some secret awesome Pokemon or something like that, but it's kind of weird that right when I pressed that button, we encountered a level 38 Magmar. Like, was that like summoned by the button press? Was that like some kind of scripted event? I'm going to have to watch the footage back and see like what it said when, because I'm not sure if it said it was already pressed down or if a gate opened. Because if it didn't say that a gate opened, then that makes me think that it summoned the Magmar, which, you know, would be kind of cool. Wow, that's the first time that Midnight has been unable to escape, but Growlithe was able to use Roar anyway. I want to know what's down in that room. That's my big thing. Like, what's down there? I'm gonna run over here and check one more time. After we leave here, I'm going to have to look it up and see what we missed, if anything. I just want to know. Okay, let's head over there. A couple more encounters and we should be well on our way. Alright, so we've already went down there. Let's see if we can get a nice run here. Perfect. Alright, so we are good. I'm going to go ahead and call it good here, and we are going to use our escape rope and get out of here. I'm so happy that we found that rope because it would be tough to run all the way out of here. Alright, where is it? There it is. Oh, we already had one too. Well, perfect. This isn't the time to use that. What? It can only escape from caves. Okay, well now, I'm extremely disappointed. I bet someone watching, one of you, already knew that, was just shaking your head thinking, has no idea. He's going deeper into the mansion, and he's not going to be able to escape. Alright, let's see if we can find our way out of here, because I will be honest, I'm kind of completely turned around here. But at least we are in level 12 territory again, and not just drowned in level 30s. So we are going to, I think, go up and to the left. I wish that these Pokemon would stop challenging me to an encounter every 3 steps, but that is the joy of these old games. But, you know, it's kind of part of the charm at a certain point. Alright, we're almost to the door, and we made it. Okay, we have officially made it out of the tunnel. So I think that's the, well, actually, okay, now that's just a rock smash. So let's get out of here. This is the Cineabar tunnel. Hopefully this little exit point here will point me in the right direction. Cineabar Island, look at that, we made it. Alright. Well, that's a perfect spot to end. We have made it through the mansion and to the original Cineabar Island. Next time we will continue our route and we will head towards the famous Pallet Town to see what's there. Thank you for hanging in there with me today, and